Hey, what's up guys, Cliff here once again and welcome back to Overwatch. The competitive Season 4 has just come to an end and obviously this means that Season 5 is just around the corner. But no matter at which point in time you watch this video, it should deliver accurate information regarding the placement matches one way or another. And if it doesn't anymore, I'll make sure to pop in an annotation. The reason I'm making this video is because my Prepare for Season X series, I keep bringing up placement matches. And every single time people are confused as to what's up with the placement matches, how they work and why they work the way they do. So I decided to dedicate a video to placement matches alone to cover some of the most common questions and misconceptions. Now without further ado, let's get right into it. Despite popular belief, the start of a new season in Overwatch does not come with an MMR reset. The competitive ladder in Overwatch does not have you start at bronze every single time to have you grind back up into Grandmaster. That is not the point. The one thing the game values above all else are balanced matches. So assuming that you were a platinum player at the end of the season, that means you will be playing all of your placement matches against other former platinum rank players. Do keep in mind that luck is still a factor in any team-based game, so it is possible for someone to end up in platinum on a lucky win streak, even though they don't belong there, and it is just as much possible that someone ends off the season in gold even though they have a platinum MMR. So before you go off on people after stalking their profiles or previous ratings, keep in mind that the displayed rank is not necessarily where their MMR is at. At the end of the day, your matches are still balanced according to your MMR. Imagine your 10 placement matches were essentially just 10 matches in your own elo. If you're in platinum and you win 10 times in a row, does that make you a Grandmaster player? Of course not, you'd simply end up in a higher region of platinum or maybe in lower diamond. That is why there are players who win less games during the placement matches than you but still get placed in a higher elo. It is because they played against other players in their own rating just the way you did. If a Grandmaster ranked player lost all 10 of their placement matches and ended up in bronze, that would raise havoc when it comes to balancing, because obviously that player would destroy everyone in their path until they got back in the GM. Simultaneously, a gold ranked player that wins 10 matches should not end up playing with other GMs. There's no way in hell they would be able to pull their weight, so they would simply get destroyed as well and lose their rating very quickly again. Players often ask for the placement matches to have a bigger impact on their resulting rank, as a lot of them feel like they're stuck in their elo, and that unfairly so. But fact of the matter states that a mere 10 matches are not indicative for whether or not you have significantly improved at the game. Imagine you had bad luck during your placements and that suddenly affects your rank in a big way. That wouldn't feel good, would it? And just that same way, you can't expect it to make any sweeping changes in a positive way. 10 matches are simply not enough to assess one's skill accurately. I hope that this shows you why an MMR reset is simply not practical in Overwatch. You can't just put players of widely ranging skill levels together and expect the matches to be balanced. But what if you were a platinum ranked player and you suddenly got placed in silver? What went wrong? Well, in that case, the game simply does not deem your performance to be suitable for that rating, and that is again based on your own MMR. But don't forget, there's no such thing like a flawless system, so it is indeed possible that it simply put you into a wrong rating, as rare as that might be. But in those cases, players usually stomp their way back into their original rating very quickly, and by that prove to the matchmaker that they do belong there. Players who get stuck where they get placed simply belong where they're at, and I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that, but if the game deems your performance to be lackluster, then the only way to get out of it is just getting better. I know that complaints of people leaving, not taking matches seriously, trolling and such make it hard for players to climb higher than where they are, but fact of the matter states that these things are happening all across the ladder, even up into Grandmaster. So try not to get too hung up on things that you can't control, such as the other people on your team, and focus more on things that you can control, such as your own performance. Just focus on getting better, and if you do, you will rank up eventually. But what if I play my placement matches with a friend of mine who's in a higher elo? Well, as you are probably aware, you can queue with other players that are within 1000 points of your own skill rating, and only 500 when you're above Masters. However, since the visible skill ratings are reset for each season, that means that you are in fact able to play with friends who were previously way too high or too low for you to group up with. Unless they fix that by the time you watch this video, of course. However, I would strongly discourage you from doing that. Queuing with other people of widely ranging skill levels only messes with the matchmaker. The result is usually a very unbalanced gameplay experience for everyone involved, and ultimately it does not help your rating either. If you're in gold and you queue with a friend in Masters, you will still place in gold and your friend will still place in Masters, so please don't do that. And when it comes to your placement results, don't freak out if you place lower than where you left off. That is in fact intentional. The game purposefully places you a bit lower so you actually have some climbing to do. I mean, ultimately it is still a ladder. But don't worry, because if you just came out of your placement matches, you will be awarded more SR for every win to make sure that you can catch up to where you left off. But what if I never played ranked before? Well, if you never played ranked before, then you obviously don't have a track record that the game can base your MMR off of. While Blizzard does say that the competitive and quick play matchmaker function completely separated, it is my experience that the game does borrow data from your quick play performance to match you up with other players of a similar skill level. But this is it for me here today as I talk about placement matches in Overwatch. I hope that this video helped you guys out in some way, and if it did, don't forget to drop me a like on your way out. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more Overwatch content of all sorts, and I hope to see you all next time. Well played, guys.
What a struggle.
Oh my god.
I
feel like a piece of shit right now for running pharmacy. I just want you guys to know.
We did it on defense, would have won anyways.
Nah. It's just great.
It's an 8's fucking combo.
It's fucking broken, is what it is.